Now we would be remiss, definitely to rest in peace to two other people that had something to do with Black Panther. We have to pay homage now. Black Panther was, of course, created by Stan Lee, and Jack Kirby. So when you think about when they originally created these characters, like it back then, Stan Lee has always been known for trying to put out a message of not politics but society and his stuff. You mentioned that earlier. If you ever look at Professor X and Magneto, he's even said it. He based those characters off Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And so me and you're going to talk about that later, how T'Challa borders on the sides of Martin Luther King, no pun intended, King T'Challa. And of course, Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan, he leans towards the side of Malcolm X, no pun intended, X. See how they did that? Boom, dropping knowledge.
Oh man,
King X.
That's
King.
funny that you compare T'Challa to Martin Luther King. Wasn't the CIA involved in the assassination of Martin Luther King?
Yeah.
Yeah, T'Challa is I'm pretty sure Martin Luther King was against the CIA, and T'Challa brought somebody from the CIA through the Wakanda borders.
No way. They used Eric Killmonger like they used Malcolm X. And the reason why I say, if you want a reason behind my comparison, not to just throw out this stuff, if you look throughout the movie and you dig deep into the story, and this is where storylines, if you're ever doing a film, guys, and you want to talk about, you have to develop your characters have to make sense with the story. So if you dig deep into it, what happened was, you heard Eric Killmonger say, Wakanda has the weapons to liberate its people all over the world. When you talk about liberation,
I'm not arguing the fact that Killmonger is very much like Malcolm X-esque, but I don't think that T'Challa and I just see
it's not Wakanda's way to wage war on the world. He doesn't want to wage war. He wants peace. What did Martin Luther King want?
Yeah, but didn't Martin Luther King say by any? Well,
no, that was Malcolm X by any means necessary. Oh, definitely don't take that out. Y'all heard that.
But didn't Martin Luther King subscribe to that as well?
Eventually, they had a meeting of the minds at the end. But as far as this film is concerned, if you had to paint them as characters, very soft spoken, very intelligent, very well dressed, that's Martin Luther King.
Surface level for sure.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I think what we saw in T'Challa that we didn't see in Dr. Martin Luther King is that the internal struggle of trying to figure out how he wants to go out there and be on that front line. He wants to be Malcolm X, but he's still King T'Challa. So I think that's kind of where he believes, because if you notice, this is what most people don't realize. If you're somebody like TG, I'll tell you who TG is later, but if you're somebody who didn't really dive into the film, Nakia was saying the same thing. She says she's been out into the world. She sees what's going on. The same thing Eric Killmonger said. The same thing M'Baku said. No king has come up here for years, and now you come talking of peace. So at every single step, Wakanda did everything to protect itself from the rest of the world, while the liberals are the rebels. Someone who I would side with says, "Nah, our people out there struggling in the rest of the world." But T'Challa and Wakanda's theory was, the rest of the world is a cancer. We have to cut it off at the leg and protect our people. But real quick, Eric Killmonger comes back with a line, says, well, then life start right here on this continent, so ain't all people your people. What he meant by that, guys, history lesson. The oldest person traces back to Africa. If you never heard of Africa, do some research. Google, plug, now.
And that's where I say T'Challa is problematic, because, I mean, he may have been on the path to becoming more like Dr. King and on the path to becoming even more like Malcolm X. You saw that when he went to see the ancestors and his dad, and he told them all to their face that they were wrong. But he was still stuck in the bureaucratic bullshit of it all.
That's the trailer.